today is the products I want to use up in 2015. I did this in 2014 and it really helps me to use my stash, look at products that I, had in my collection for a while and wanted to, kind of go through. And I hope this inspires you to shop your stash as well. I'm going to be doing a video very soon on rediscovering your stash, rediscovering your makeup, and really focusing on not spending too much this year. You see a few repeats from last year that I didn't actually finish, so I just transitioned them into this year. I do have a few It Cosmetics products that I absolutely love, but I've had for a year or two and just need to work through. The first is the It Cosmetics CC Plus foundation. I am in, well, this is in the medium shade. I'm kind of more towards the light shade, so this is something I'll probably end up using more spring, summer, or if I'm self-tanning. I really love this. It has a high SPF, great coverage. It has more of like a satin finish and it lasts pretty well on me as well. Like that it has a pump too. And as you can see, I have used a good deal of it already and I already have a backup of this, so I want to work through that. I also have the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness, and I've worked through a lot of this as well. I probably have a good third left in there. I actually use this as a foundation, so I will be using that throughout the year. I also have the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer from It Cosmetics. I've used some, but I've had this for over a year and it's really good coverage. I like it, and I actually use this sometimes on days I don't want to wear foundation. I'll just use this in places that need coverage, and I'm in neutral medium, so I'll be using that. Another foundation I want to use up this year is my Jouer Matte Moisture Tint. I love, love, love this stuff, and the only reason I want to use it up is because it does contain SPF, and it does have an expiration on the back. It's going to be going bad soon. I used a lot of this last year, so I'm not sure how much. I probably don't have that much left in here, but I'm just going to continue to use that. I also have this deluxe size sample of the Lancome I'm not going to even attempt to speak to the French wording, but it's a multi-action tinted skincare with illumination and lift, so it has some skincare in it. It's in the shade 2. It's a little dark. I mix this with other foundations. I use this kind of like as a tinted base. So want to get through that as well. Two bronzers I want to work through this year. The first is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. You can tell how old this is because it's actually an older packaging. The packaging doesn't even look like this anymore. I've worked through a lot of this already, hit a lot of pans, so probably don't see this going further than maybe a few more months, probably just for winter. Love this for contour. And then I also want to work through this Milani Baked Bronzer. It doesn't seem like I've used this a ton. There's still a lot of products, but it's a very glowy bronzer. I like using this on top of my contour, and I don't know, this is more of like a challenge for me, I guess. I just had it for a while and want to work through that. The two blushes I'm working through this year are ones that were carried over from last year. I have so many blushes that I don't really like to just use one all the time. But this one I have hit pan on. It's the e.l.f. Tickled Pink blush. I am wearing it today, so I'm confident I'll work through that this year. And the other one is the Bare Minerals Face Color in the shade True. It doesn't look like I have a ton in here, but this stuff goes a long way. A little goes a long way, so hopefully by the end of the year I'll have used that up as well. Some eye products I want to use up. I forgot to mention this in my last updated products I want to use in 2014. This was one I had wanted to work through and I still haven't. So I'm planning on using this on waterline. I did that today. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Shadow Pencils. These tend to sometimes crease on me, so I don't reach for them, but they are a creamy enough formula that I want to still use them. So I'm going to use this one on my waterline, and it's in the shade Sin. 3 liners I want to work through this year. One is a liquid from Elite Paris. It's a matte liner in this espresso kind of shade. Really pretty liner, just have had it for over a year, want to work through that. And 2 pencil liners that I plan on using on tight lining. The first is the Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes in Onyx. This is actually probably half the size it was. Really love this. It lasts very beautifully and it's nice and black. And then an Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in 0. I've worked through one of these before. I think I have 2 more in my collection because they come with palettes and things, so want to work through one of those. 2 eyeshadow bases I want to work through this year are both from Maybelline, the Eye Tattoo line. The first one actually broke, and I depotted it into one of these little Sephora pots. It's the color, I kept the lid though, it's the color Barely Beige, and I believe it was a limited color. It's very creamy still, but as you can see, I've used a good deal of it. I did use it on my lids today. It still works really well, so I'll work through that. And the other is in Bad to the Bronze. This is starting to dry out on me. I have hit pan though. There's a ton of products left though, and I love, love, love this color, so I'm gonna start using this year more. Another eye product I wanna work through is this Chanel Illusions de Ombre Shadow in Emerville. This unfortunately is really dried out. It's become more of like it used to be more of like a cream shadow. It's become more of like a powder. You can't really probably see that, but I do have it on my lids today. I'm using it more as a like pigment, so hoping to use this up because it's a beautiful product. It was expensive and I don't want to throw it out and waste it. As I said, I have it on my lid today. This powder product is my Perfect Brow from Sephora. It doesn't even come in this packaging anymore. That's how old this is. I did use that on my brows today. Really, I'm just wanting to use up the lighter brow shade here. The darker, it's gonna go bye-bye because it doesn't really work for me. I use it sometimes on the wing of my brow because it's just so dark. And I don't like it as a shadow. I've tried it, it doesn't blend well, so I'm just gonna use up that light brow shade. I've already used up the gel in this palette. And I just have a few lip products, mostly MAC and Revlon. I know myself, I'm not gonna use up lip products very quickly, but there's a few here that I know I will love and use often. Well, the first one's not that loved. This is the Benetint. This is left over from last year. I use this to tint my lips if I'm wearing like a pink or a red. It's pretty, it's just not something I like because it has a fragrance and it tastes weird, so I don't like putting it on my cheeks either. 2 MAC glosses I want to use up this year. First one is the MAC Dazzle Glass. As you can see, I've used a good deal of it already, over half of it. It's in the shade Like Venus. It's very sticky but very beautiful as well, so has good lasting power because of how sticky it is. I know I'll use that up. And then this one I've had forever and ever, and I love, love, love the shade. I just want to use it up. It's in the color Major Minor. It's just this really beautiful, deeper nude. And last but not least, I just have 3 Revlon lip butters that I want to work through this year. First one is Creme Brulee, which is a gorgeous nude. I have about that much left. I love the lip butters still. I'm wearing one right now. I'm wearing Strawberry Shortcake, which is another one I want to use up. I love how moisturizing these are, love the color payoff, and they just look awesome, and you don't have to wear a gloss with them. And last one is the Pink Truffle. And you best believe I still have a ton of other colors, but these are the 3 that I'm committing to using up. I went crazy when these first came out, and I almost pretty much have every shade. I've used up 2 of them so far. So 3 more are gonna get used up this year. So those are all the products I want to use up in 2015. If you guys have a video like this, or if you have any products that you want to mention down below that you're committing to use up this year, let me know. I will see you guys very soon in another video. Hope you have a wonderful week. Bye!